Hey guys, welcome to Steve-O's world. Yep. What do you guys want to do today? You don't know? Huh. Alright, well, I'll try to help you along here. What did we do yesterday? We created a cell builder. We moved the queen next door, gave her a minimal amount of resources, kept the majority of the colony in the same position. We put her right next door in a smaller 5-framer. We turned the entrances opposite. We put feeders on them. I left the space out for this frame right here. And we're going to put this cell bar in there. I'm going to put this cell bar in there tomorrow. I'm going to put this cell bar in there tomorrow. And we'll let them spit, shine, and polish these cells. It kind of like levels itself when you put them on there. I've got actually room, here I got 2 pegs. We could put two rows on there. We'd have 30. You could actually put a 3rd row here, but I don't need that many cells. This is a small-time operation, as you well know. Alright, I thought you might like this little deal here. This is the Queen Rearing Calendar 2/22/2020, brought to you by the beekeepers of the whatever that is. SUSQUEHANNA Valley. www.thebeeyard.org. Go out there and burn you off a copy of this. This is your little schedule here. And they start with Wednesday. I guess that would be the 22nd of the 2nd month. We are in the 3rd month as we speak. So they've got days old, 0. The egg is laid by the queen mother. Okay. So you go through day 1, day 2. Day 2, it says select or create a queenless starter hive. We did that. Day 3, grafting day. Graft the day-old larvae into cups. These are your cups. Insert into a queenless cell builder colony. Now, most guys use a starter colony and then they go into a cell finisher colony. We're going to accomplish both with one hive. We're going to start our cells and finish them in that colony. And you can usually get a couple rounds of queens if you want to. I don't know if I'm going to get a couple rounds. I may just do one and then put that colony back together, or I may just use all those resources in that colony to handle all these cells that made it. We're going to make up more nucs, so I may break that entire colony down to load all my nucs. 2 framers, I hope, but I don't think I'm going to have all of them ready by then. If we have, I'm going to go into these 2 framers that I've got. What do we got? A dozen of those. And anybody that's fallen on their face there, we'll investigate that. If they have, we'll salvage those and all those frames. We'll keep the mother breeder queen going, keep her food on her, keep her cranking eggs like crazy, and we'll rob all those resources that in that cell builder. There's tons of bees in there and everything, and we'll take that and put and reload all of our starter nucs with that. So this whole process, by the way, you're looking at 30 days here, basically. By the time you graft, by the time you check for eggs, it says here on 323, you're starting this grafting operation on 222. So you've got, by the third day, your eggs have hatched and turned into that little comma. Them are the ones you're going to graft from. Now she's over here. We're going to be stealing this stuff from her, the frame she's running around on now. But if you remember, I put that frame in there that right close by that she could lay on. And maybe we'll have a bunch of larvae in there that we can harvest for this grafting operation. So it says here, you graft your into your cups and put them in the cell builder colony. All right, that is on the 22nd. So you're skipping a day. You got 23. You're skipping a day, and it says check your grafts, and the bees should have started to draw out the cells and feed the larva with royal jelly. If not, regraft. Well, I've done this quite a few times, and I was running just about 80% on my cells that they accepted. So if we get 80% out of 15, we're going to have plenty of queens to play with. So it says check there. All right. So on the 27th, get out of here, bee. 27th, the queen cells are capped. They're completely capped over. Now here's the tricky part, guys. Bee, get out of here and leave me alone. I've got a video going. Get out of here. I got two of them on me now. They have not been happy, guys, since yesterday, me bombing into them hives, I'm telling you. They have not been happy. Look at this guy. He's just trying to attack me. Stand by. Okay. Chasing bees off. So, yeah, the 27th is capped, and here's the tricky part. You've got a good 3 days in here when this thing is very sensitive. Sensitive development phase. Do not, repeat, do not move cells, and be very gentle when opening the hive. If you jar that hive, you're able to hurt these queens in these sensitive stage of development. All right. Says here on 3.2, move the capped cells into the mating nucs. So on this day here, which would be 3.1, 24 hours before you do this, you make up these mating nucs. Take those resources and make them up. Now what I could do in my scenario, if I wanted to harvest all those frames out of that cell builder, I could take that bar of cells, and move that very gently, move them into, say, a 2-framer with all those bees on there. They will keep these cells warm and keep them going. Then I could rob all that hive down and take all those frames, like 1 frame per, in a 2-frame nook, because my temperature is warming up now. I don't think I'll have an issue with it. And move all those in. Then I can come back the following day and harvest these cells and put 1 cell in each of those mating nucs. All right. So it says here the queen is hatched on 3.5. She'll hatch, and it shows here the 15th day. Normally it's the 16th day. I don't know why they put 15 on there, but I guess it's 15 because they're counting 0 as the eggs being laid. They're not counting the day it's laid. So that would be 16th day from the day it's laid, not from the day you're grafting. Because from the day you're grafting, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's hatching. So I guess if you count from the time you graft to the time she hatches, you've got it from 0 to here it's 16. Alright, so she hatches there, so then she's fooling around in the hive, she's getting stronger, she's walking around. It says here you go in, discard any unhatched cells. That's going to happen. Alright, on the 310 to 311, she's going on her mating flight. Alright, depending on the weather, you could have catastrophic storm come in here and she's not going to get out. Say if you had a bunch of rain happening in there, a whole week of rain or something, she can't get out and fly. That mating's not going to happen. She'll get out, come back. She may do that for several days. It shows here on this chart here, there she's mating for 2 days. All right. So you're looking right at 30 days. It says here check nuke for eggs. So you're going to have a queen. She's going to be all these days. She's going to be getting fattened up with eggs, and then she's going to be laying on 323. Then it says here check nuke for larvae. So larva found. If so, the queen is ready. So you're looking at 30 days, and then it says here at 330, requeen if no eggs are present. So that's the whole program. Tomorrow I'm going out and installing this bar. That'll give them time to clean all these cells out. Even though these are brand new in here, they will spit, shine, and polish these up nice. Then we'll come in, we'll prime them with our royal jelly, and by that time, they should be starting to make a lot of queen cells in there, emergency cells. We will harvest those, tear them down, and scoop out the royal jelly out of those. And then we'll put those in a small shot glass, add just a small amount of distilled water, stir it up, and we'll prime all these with a matchstick. And then we'll graft. I've got a Chinese grafting tool. They make 2 kinds. Well, the Chinese ones, they make 2 kinds. They make one with a plastic plunger, and then they make one with a bamboo plunger. I like the ones with a bamboo, and Man Lake has those bamboo ones. I like those. So you do what you want. I haven't had an experience. I'm going to try to get a German grafting tool and try it. I haven't used one, but a lot of the beekeepers use them and love them once you get the hang of it. Some guys use a paintbrush, a very fine paintbrush. You can get that paintbrush down there. It's a very thin tip, and you slide it down, and that larva will stick on that paintbrush. You come up and you slide it down the side of that cell right into that royal jelly, and it'll float off on there. If you flip the larva over in this process, it will drown. You wasted your time. These bees will clean that out, take that cell out. If you flip it over by accident, no big deal. You put that tool in your mouth and you put saliva on that tool. And if you miss or screw up, that's no big deal. Pick it up, put that thing in your mouth, suck that larva off of there. Yes, you can eat the larva. It's fine. Then go for a second larva and put it in. If you flip it, pull it out, take it off, and go for another one. That's how it's done. Okay? So, that's the way I do it. if you watch 50 beekeepers, you're going to see 50 different scenarios. But I thought I would show you this little calendar. You might want to go out there and burn a copy of that. And tomorrow, after my morning hike, we'll come in and install this frame and let them get to work on it. And then the following day, we'll graft. And I'm probably going to graft. I've grafted right here on this table before. I've got a binos that I wear, 2 power or something like that, and I went to Lowe's and picked up a light, one of those little headlamp with a band on it. I think it's 14 bucks. I've got several I use for hunting and whatever. And I took one of those off, took the band off of it, and I'll show this thing to you. And it's I made a little 90-degree aluminum bracket on it, and I just lashed this with rubber bands to that little L, and it sits right here on top. That way I can tilt that thing down and get that lighting just right in there into there. I have to have the binos. Eons ago, I didn't need binos to do this grafting, but as you age, yeah, your eyes ain't quite as good as they used to be. So that's what we'll do. I will see you in the AM. Bye-bye. Okay, after my hike this morning, got that went well, and then I went to Lowe's and to wrestle this 4x8 sheet of 3/4 plywood out of the hole, put it on the cart, wheeled it back to the saw cutting area, which is way at the back. And around the horn, and there's 2 guys standing there twiddling their thumbs. And I look at the panel saw and they go, oh, the saw's broken. I look over, it says out of order. I said, oh, well, this is a fire drill. I said, what's the problem, fellas? Well, the safety switch is broken. Oh, so you got the technician coming in the next 15 minutes to fix it? Oh, we don't know when he'll get here. I don't know, guys. There's always somebody slowing me down. I don't want to be slowed down because I've got to get to work, guys. I've got a lot of boxes to build. We've got to get all these. Those are your spruce ends that we built. We cut the other day. But I had enough material to bang one out. So here she is. What do you think of that? Oh yeah. Nice, nice, and real nice. Now let's get a frame. Before we get too excited, let's test drive it with a frame, because that's our objective, holding frames in here. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Nice B spacing. I haven't changed the numbers on these at all. That 3/4 data works nice. But you can see now that I don't see, I mean, granted, we got end grain looking up at us here. Normally I've been running my, grain this way. And this would only really work nice with the 2-frame nucs. 2 framers. But we're going to build a lot of these. This batch here, I get all this stuff assembled. That'll give me 21 of these. And I don't know how crazy I want to get this summer with these. I've got the bees a little cranky right now. And I've got new neighbors in here. And hopefully nobody gets upset with me. But that is what it is. So hopefully we can keep going. I would like to have, well, I'd love to have like 50 of these going. Queen's just constantly rolling. But we'll see how that goes. I don't think we're going to get more than these 21 of these this summer. We'll have to play it by ear, but I've got a lot of the 5-framers. See, I can't get too crazy with these because, simple fact, once she comes back from her mating flight and she starts cranking out eggs, she's going to blow out this 2-framer fast. So what are you going to do? You're going to have to get that into some 5-framers. And if I run short of those, I guess I could shove them in cardboard. The cardboard nucs, they're wax coated. I think I can get those for right around, depends on how many I get. The more you buy, the cheaper they are. But I'm thinking I'm going to be about $7 a piece. I've got $7. I think I came up with $7 in this box. Is what I'm ending up with building these. So that's not bad considering you got $25 or $30 in one of these if you go to one of the suppliers and buy the pretty box joints. None of those boxes are stronger than this one, I'm going to tell you that right now. So anyway, I keep bragging on my boxes, don't I? I keep blowing smoke up my own rear end on this deal, but I honestly think, guys, that this is the way to go. I mean, for $7 a piece and the simplicity of building these things is very nice. Now, I'm going to be have to get some more of this stuff here. I haven't even known I'm out of this. Here's my, if you want to know what I'm staining this stuff with, this is it. And this one packet makes 1 gallon of liquid. I'd have no clue what's in this stuff. But it's non-toxic, VOC free, whatever that is, eco-friendly, ages wood to a silver patina, life protection with only 1 application. Now, how true these statements are, I don't know, because I've only been using this product for about 3 years, and I had some questionable stuff out here before I dipped it, but I think the material was questionable. So once it gets into start of a rot stage, you probably aren't going to salvage it. Some of this stuff I had tops out here, whatever, it went bad, but in the 2-inch material that I was using, it went bad. But I think that stuff was borderline punky rotten wood to begin with. So anyway, I haven't, the stuff that, this fresh wood that I'm painting this stuff with is I haven't seen any, you know, deterioration in it. And I just dumped this stuff in a big tote, plastic tote. And well, I'll show you the tote. I don't know if you've seen it before or not. I keep it out here under a tarp. We got to fill up this pallet, this pallet, this pallet, this pallet, this pallet. We got to fill that with these things. But here is my preservative. And I put it here with a board under it to have a tilt so no rain gets in it. Because if you just have this flat on the ground, rain will get in here and contaminate and dilute your stuff. And then each time I get ready to use this, I just pick this tub up and I slosh it back and forth, back and forth. I put my hive down in there and I take a big brush and I brush it on the wood. So that's that deal. And so I think the product's pretty good. I get it on Amazon, what I do. So alright, that's enough of that nonsense. And we'll get back with you. I'm going to get back with you tomorrow. Hopefully I can get my some more wood cut to get the saw up and running. And get some more plywood cut so I can get this additional 9. I've got enough for 9 more hive colonies here. I've got enough for 9 more of these little sweetheart 2-framers. See you in the morning. Hey guys, what's going on out here in the shop? Getting her done. Assembling some more here. I've got these to do. I'm going to put in just one more box. Put together one more box for you, so that you could see that one more time going together with our new stud. I'm running out of screws, so I'm going to have to get some more screws. But I got another sheet of 3/4, and I called Lowe's this morning, and I says, was in yesterday, and the panel saw was shut down. Something wrong with it. Did you guys get it up and running yesterday? No, sir, it's still down. It's still down. I said, this is unbelievable, guys. I said, I got work to do. We're burning daylight. We're sorry, sir. We're sorry. I said, I am too. When do you think that thing's going to be up and running? Oh, that guy comes around, it'll be maybe a week or 2 weeks. I said 2 weeks? No, no, no. Unacceptable. You guys are really slacking down there now. I want you to tighten up that ship. And I said, I'm heading to Home Depot, which is right across the street from Lowe's. Now, I go to Lowe's because it's easier for me, and I take the back country road here and ride around, and I'm right in there. So I hung up on him. I go over to Home Depot, and I go in there, grab a cart, and I go down there, and I'm wrestling out this 3/4 sheet. There's hardly anybody around, and the ones that are standing around look like they're on muscle relaxers. And all of a sudden, this guy over at the pro counter, he comes over. Do you need some help? I said, sure, buddy. You can help me throw this thing on this rack. He said, where are you going with it? I said, right up. I said, let's just shove it right in this crack here on the cart. Let's just shove it on the crack. And he says, there's got to be a joke in there somewhere. And I looked at him and I said, yeah, I said, I probably didn't say that quite right. Shove it in the crack. But anyway, I said, you get the idea. And I said, yeah, let me. I said, what else you need? Just the one sheet? I said, that's it, but I need this cut in half. So I want to go down. Your panel saw is working, right? Oh, yeah, that panel saw is working. I said, good deal. He said, I'll go out and call around, get you somebody over there, cut that for you. I said, good deal. So I go all the way back. And of course, the panel saw is way at the ass end of the store, so I go back there. I'm standing there, twiddling my thumbs, burning daylight. 15 minutes. Nothing. I'm looking. I see this guy walking by, that one walking by. Nothing. So finally this woman comes over. She comes around there. She was a Home Depot shirt on there. She said, are you needing some help? I said, yes, ma'am. I need this piece of wood cut. I thought she was going to jump, grab the ball and run with it, right? Okay, I'll try to find somebody for you. Okay. Well, I sat there another 15 minutes, and my coffee started working on me. I said, I got to hit the restroom. So the restroom was way down by the Pro Center where you come in there. So I walk clear down there, do my business, come out of there, and I'm looking back at the panel saw there's still no one there. So I just said, okay, I've had enough of this today too. Steve-O ain't got patience. I got other things to do. So I went right out, got in the truck, and drove home. Miss Stacy said, I thought you were going to get some plywood. I said, yeah, I tried. I said, but it just ain't happening. The plywood gods aren't with me today. So I sat around, and we had to run. I got cleaned up. She had chores. I had to drive Miss Stacy around a little bit. She had to go to the Salvation Army store, and we dropped off some stuff there she needed. And then she needed something at the grocery store, so we went there and got that. Of course, I'm looking, and there's no toilet paper hardly on the shelf. People are freaking out with this virus, buying up all the toilet paper. Yeah. So anyway, we come home from that, and I'm twiddling my thumb. Had a little bit to eat. Then I says, you know, I'm gonna call Lowe's again, because had a little brainstorm. I went in there once before, and nobody was running the panel saw, and I asked him, I said, you know, you got pre-cut sheets back there, half a sheet. Can I get just 2 sheets of that stuff, pre-cut stuff, and then just charge me for a single price on the sheet. Oh, no, we can't do that. No, 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 no. So I said, okay. So I call him up, and I says to the guy, I was in yesterday, and your panel saw was down. Oh, it's up and running. It's up and running. I said, that panel saw is up and running? I didn't tell him I'd called this morning. Yeah, it's up and running. Apparently I shook him up down there a little bit. I said, I'm on my way. I got to get a sheet of plywood. All right, sir, come on down. We'll get you covered. So I went down and got my sheet of plywood. And 2 guys were sitting there waiting on me. You need some help with that, sir? I said, yeah, help me throw this on the crack. I didn't go through that throw it in the crack thing. I didn't say anything about the crack. But anyway, we got it on the cart, got it down there, got it whacked in half. Now I'm back here. Chopped it up in a jiffy. I spent more time fooling around the stores than it took me to whack up all this side panels for these hives. Yeah. So anyway, that's enough shenanigans there. I did put that frame in this morning in the cell builder. That's the one with the cups on it. Them bees are already drew down comb in that slot that remember I left out that slot in there. They already drew down comb in 3 spots on there that long in that crack. Of course, that feeder was right above them, so that gives them a little. They needed something to do. They said, we ain't got any queens. Of course, they're in there, I'll bet you, just banging out queens. They're pumping royal jelly to some select eggs in there. We're going to have to get in there tomorrow. Tomorrow's graft day. I put that frame in there while I'm cells. They can go ahead and spit, shine, and polish those puppies. And we'll get in there tomorrow, pull that frame out, put it in the grafting mode, and we're going to go through that colony and find any cells that they're making. Because you cannot have a cell in that builder whatsoever, because she will hatch. If we miss one of them puppies, it'll hatch before our new grafted cells come out, and then she will destroy everything in that colony. It'll be a total waste of time. So we really got to be vigilant and watch and make sure we get all those, and we'll harvest them and pull that queen out, and we'll dip out and get that royal jelly out of them cups. We'll salvage that hopefully, and we'll use that royal jelly to prime our cups. And so that's that. So let's go finish up one here, the last one for the day. I don't want to work myself out of a job, Got to leave something for tomorrow. Once I graft, I got to get on these boxes and get all these boxes ready. I'll have 21. I'll have 21 of these boxes ready to go. So what I do is just smear this glue on thick. I'm going to have to pick up some more glue too. I got to pick up screws tomorrow, glue. So then I just stand that up. You get a little slop here. Hit it with your wet rag. Just kind of pile it up thick on there. Kind of good too to keep your bottle full so you don't have to squeeze the heck out of her each time you want to get some glue. Keep it topped out. So I put this one over here like kind of freestanding. I pull this one offline here a little bit. I take my pre-drilled board. See, I've already pre-drilled it. I come down here, I drop this on the table, I run it right up there to the edge like that. Then I come in with this one here. See, now she's standing there for you, right? Grab your other sheet, stick it there, it's all freestanding. Slap a clamp on it. Don't worry if it's off a little bit. We're going to tune that up here in just a second. Going to do just one corner at a time here. So I just tap it out till she's flush here, and then she's not flush here, so you just knock it down. There she's flush. You're only doing one corner at a time. Secure the corner. Jump the other side. How about that? That thing's right there. Hit this one. Swap ends. Leave your two clamps on. Come over on this side. See, it's off here. Tap her down. Get it lined up both ways. Nice. Whatever gets squirrely on the bottom, let it get squirrely, because I'll show you what we're going to do with that here in just a second. Now this wasn't all burned out with table saws. No, this was done with a skill saw. See, so you're going to have some imperfection. Okay, you've got all four corners done. Take your clamps off. Flip her upside down. Grab your clamp again. Only using 3 clamps per side. Now this thing's kind of swinging now. See, like a pendulum. You've got it anchored at the top here, but not at the bottom. So this can go either way. And I see it's out a little bit. But you want to put a little tension on it with your clamp so it don't keep bouncing out on you. So it's there. So zap this in. Done. This end over here sticking out a little bit. I'm going to put a clamp here. Kind of help it. Okay, that's cool. So we've got all 4 corners done. So you got all 4 corners. No, we don't either. What am I saying? Pay attention, Steve-O. We got one more corner here. And that corner there. She's still flush. That's that. Slap her down on her side. Now you're coming straight down with it. There seems to be a little confusion out there, guys, as to why the 2s? Why the 2? Why don't you just build 5? Well, there's a couple reasons we got going on here, guys. I'm limited resources. Okay, I've got limited resources, so I don't want to have 5 framers and eat up 5 frames. I'm just trying to make a queen. You've seen the commercial people doing nothing but raising queens. They got those little bitty square boxes, okay? There's tons of them out there. But with this operation here, what I'm doing, I'm not breeding queens. I want to develop 2 things at one time. I want to make queens, and I want them drawn comb and filling these out, because on a standard frame, I can't sell bees on them little mini frames. I'm selling 5-frame nucs. That's our goal. So you're accomplishing 2 things with these. You're making a queen, you're using very little resources, and you're drawing out the full-size factory deep frame. So that's the idea. Back in the day, when I was running a lot of colonies as a sideline, I didn't see my bees once a month. And I had 100 3-framers that I phased out of for the simple fact, by that time that month rolled around, they were so packed out, they were starting to swarm. And if I couldn't get out, say there was some stupid emergency came up and I couldn't get back to that bee yard that was umpteen miles away, I'm losing bees. So I eventually phased out of the 3s and went with 5s. Now that gave me enough margin time-wise to get back to buy me time to let them keep filling it out. All right. Then I could take that 5-frame colony and dump it. I was running all 10-frame at the time, which I would, if I got into commercial beekeeping, I'd run 8s, but that's just me. Those boxes are way too heavy. Anyway, I could dump that 5-frame in a 10-frame box, and I could go to my next crop and I could start making honey with. They'd blow that friggin' 10-framer out. That 5-framer would explode into 10 frames, and I could make a honey crop. That's how I did it. So I kept the 5 frames cooking constantly. I had like 100 of them. But with my operation, this little backyard hobby thing I'm doing, it's, you know, selling nucs, 5-frame nucs. I can come out of the 2s, once she's bred, she's laying, I can put them in a 5-framer and let them blow out that 5. Plus the fact I'm sitting here in this yard and I can do a walkthrough every day on these hives. I can do a walkthrough every day and play peekaboo and see who's doing what. How's their food? The only thing is, with my operation, I'm not trucking bees all over, and I'm not buying, I wasn't buying sugar back in them days, but I was buying gasoline and had a lot of time on the highway running bees up and down the road, going from site to site with these bees. I never bought sugar back in them days. I bought sugar when I first started to get up to about 20 hives. I got up to about 20 hives and things started exploding, because I started utilizing 3s and 5s. But then I realized the 3s was just killing me. So hopefully that's cleared it up for you guys. If you're doing what I'm doing in a little yard and you're just making nucs to sell, 5-framers to sell, 5-framers is what's selling, or if you want to pay the extra money and get a queen certification, buy breeder queens and all that stuff, and start going that route, then you know, it's a different ball game. So hopefully that's cleared up a little bit for you. I've got a little unevenness here, so my top isn't though, because I tuned that up nice. See, I tuned that up nice from get-go. That's the first thing I did. So these aren't too shabby. I mean, I had one of those boxes over here, I had like an 8 where I got a little fat. But here's how you tune it up, like I showed you before. You take this die right here, get it up here. Done. That's his done box right there, guys. That's a done box. Only thing I lack now is getting my bottom on and cutting my top. I do have to go down and fight with loads one more time and get that done. I am on these. I've saved all my little pieces, and you can see here, that's where they're going. But those little thin pieces you pre-drill, and don't get too crazy. I get them real close and I finish off tightening with a screwdriver. Look at the difference in color in that box, in this box, in that. That's the Tall Earth preservative. And I noticed something. I just got a Kelly Bee catalog, and they call eco-friendly wood preservative. This is the same stuff. It's the same company. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. It's the same. You see, Eco. Kelly Bee Works is selling this, but they don't call it Tall Earth. They call it Eco Safe, and it's exactly the same description on it. So if they're doing, and that's the only preservative they're selling is this stuff. So anyway, that's it for today, guys. Get out there and build these boxes, and I'll let it warm up a little bit in the morning, and let it warm up in the morning, and then we'll get out here and pull that frame out. We'll get into that hive. We'll find them cells. We'll go into them. We'll go into our mother colony and grab a frame of eggs. And if she's on the frame I want, look at here, look at here, look at here. If she's on the frame I want that gets harvest some eggs, I'm going to chase her over. I don't like picking up queens, guys. I don't know if I got fat fingers or what. I just seem to hurt queens every time I try to fool them. A lot of guys just pick them up like they're popcorn. I have not been able to do that. I've never fooled with queens. I've never marked queens. I've never clipped queens. I don't mess with them. All right, it's just me. But if you get into queen rearing, customers are going to want it or demand it. I want that thing marked. I want her thorax painted, and I want her wings clipped. I'm not doing any of that. But here's this little cage. If she's on a frame, and I like this eggs and stuff in here that I want to harvest, we're going to take this guy. We're going to come right over, find her, and we're going to push that right on in. We're going to trap her inside there, and I'm going to brush the rest of these bees off carefully. Do not, repeat, do not pick this thing up out of that breeder colony and shake them bees off of there. You're going to take a bee brush and just gently sweep them bees off. You don't want to jar those larvae in there that's floating around. You're going to jar them, they're going to flip, and they're going to drown. Drowned larva is not going to work in a graft. Okay? Just giving you a little heads up on that. And see you tomorrow. Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.